ये बच्चे और सबसे स्मार्ट है वो मेरा लड़का. Come and sit here in front. So now we come to the second part of this chapter, and that is what is global warming. As I said, this chapter is a very general chapter. So can anyone explain to me what is meant by global warming? Just simple word, global warming. What are you talking? We called you, grandfather called you, sit straight. Sit straight. What is global warming? Answer me. What? Warming of the globe. Very sensible answer. Now, what do you mean by that? When umpteen times I've told you, when you are asked for a particular meaning, do not use the same words. Which part of my sentence you didn't understand?
The heating of the earth.
The heating of the earth. How? Who is heating the earth?
The greenhouse gases are trapped.
Only plain, simple, growing. Don't talk about greenhouse gases. I don't understand all that.
Sun is heating the earth.
Simple. Sun. So what is happening is the sun's rays are being focused on the earth and the earth is getting heated. So that is called global warming. Now, the sun's rays, the sun's heat, passes through the different spheres over the atmosphere, okay? And that heat which comes and strikes the earth, or the heat that is warming the earth, can be radiated back because everything radiates. You're radiating light which has struck you. That's why I can see you. If you are not radiating light, I will not be able to see you. So that heat can go back. But does that heat go back? The heat still remains on the earth. How? Because there are certain gases which trap the heat. And they are pardon me?
I was searching for a bottle.
Suddenly in the middle of the class you should get up and you go and look for a bottle. Is that the way you should behave? Huh? You want to sort out this matter with your bottle? Get out. Both of you get out. Sort out your bottle, your whatever it is, out of my classroom. And don't ever make that mistake of getting up and strolling. Where you're going, I'm looking for my bottle. I'm explaining something to you, and you just got up and get up and you go and look out for a bottle. I asked you, is this your father's house? Where you can walk in and walk out as and when you want and as you please? First of all, I don't even allow anyone to drink water in my classroom. Until and unless you ask my permission. Don't ever think of doing it again. I'm the one shouting out. I'm the one screaming, and you are drinking water. Don't take me for granted, my dear Satvik, because I'll smash you. Beyond recognition. Nobody will be able to recognize what is lying on that floor. To that extent, I will smash you. Don't anger me. Now, so therefore, these gases trap that heat. In other words, they don't let the heat escape. Otherwise, the earth is going to radiate it. And you're going to feel very cold. So therefore, what happens is, these gases trap it. Who or what are those gases? The gases are carbon dioxide.
Methane.
Carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, correct. Methane, okay. Then you've got chlorofluorocarbons. Then you've got, say, for instance, nitrous oxide, all the oxides of nitrogen, nitric oxide, nitrous oxide, hydrogen dioxide. All these gases trap that heat and keep it covered up like an envelope, like a blanket over the earth, and that's how the earth is kept warm, despite the fact the sun may be there or not. Okay? Those gases are called greenhouse gases. Those gases which trap the sunlight and keep it closed to heat the earth, those are called greenhouse gases. Why are they called greenhouse gases? From where did that word come out? Now, in certain cold places where plants are not able to grow in the cold, yet we need plants because They are very important in our biological cycle. They are houses which are built of glass. These glass houses have got the plant inside. And as and when there is sunlight in that area, that glass roof allows the sunlight to pass through. So sunlight passes through and passes through. But again, that sunlight can escape, but the glass does not allow it to escape. The glass is made in such a way that it only allows the sunlight to penetrate through, but does not allow the heat to escape. And that is how these plants can grow and survive in a very cold country. Okay, hence, therefore, this is called the greenhouse effect. And from that phenomenon, from that procedure, we have got this name greenhouse gases. Okay, those that gases that trap and maintain the temperature of the earth despite the presence or the absence of sun. Okay, now how do we get the greenhouses? Now, for example, main gases are carbon dioxide. How do we get carbon dioxide? Burning, industrial waste, living, breathing, living creatures, whether plants, animals, or human beings. We exhale carbon dioxide and we add on to the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. What about water vapor is also another gas, vapor, that can hold on or is one of the greenhouse gases. How do we get water vapor? How do we get water vapor? From the rain, from the rain, from the evaporation of the seas, okay? All right.
Transpiration.
Then also from the burning, huh?
Transpiration.
From transpiration,
Perspiration.
from the burning perspiration, okay, fine. And also, shut up. And then also we have the burning of hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons, when they burn, they give out a lot of water vapor, okay? Evaporation, rain, humidity, all this increases water vapor, and that's how we get water vapor in the air. What about methane? How do we get methane? Methane is a gas that stinks.
It released
It
by
stinks.
cow.
Huh?
It is released by cow and it's
It is
released by cow.
it is released by any excrement and aerobic respiration, any organic matter which is breathing in the absence of air, even rotting, okay, of vegetable matter. Now see, APMC market, early morning the vegetable comes to the market and then it goes to the various vendors. And whatever extra and damage is dumped in one corner. You've been to APMC market around about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. There's a lot of matter, vegetable matter dumped in one corner, which is not usable for human consumption. And that matter is left there. And whole day that matter is absorbing and absorbing the sunlight. Okay? And if you put your hand inside its heat, that is nothing else but the gas is methane that is given out by organic matter.
If you light on fire, will it catch fire?
Huh?
If you put fire in it, will it catch fire?
It will catch fire because methane is like in your gas cylinder, and it stinks. It stinks. It is the product of anaerobic respiration. Even your mucky land, mucky ground, there's got a lot of roots and dead plants all stuck inside, and they are rotting. Effect of rotting matter results in the formation of methane. Okay. Now you know that your gas cylinder has got methane and ethane, all combustible gases. Now, have you smelled that gas? Have you smelled it? What is the smell? It's nice, you're mad. If it's nice, you're mad. Why? Huh? They have
Smells nice.
you are mad. And I tell you why you're mad. Why I'm saying that the gas coming out from the cylinder is not smelling good because they've added mercaptan in it. Mercaptan stinks. It stinks. Now, why have they put the stink in that gas? Because that gas is transparent. It is colorless. So therefore, when that gas leaks, you get the smell. You know exactly. Either there's a rat there in your house or gas is leaking. The first thing is put up all electricals. Open the window. Let the gas go from your house to the neighbor's house. Who cares? Let it go. Let it go to the neighbor's house. But if it was smelling good, If it was smelling good, you would say, ah, what lovely smell. Let the whole house smell. And then how long are you going to enjoy that smell? Don't let me know. I don't want to know. How long you're going to enjoy that smell? I just don't want to know. Now you know why it doesn't smell beautiful and perfumed, but it smells like stink. Have you understood now the foolishness in your answer? Therefore, I always say keep your mouth shut because I know fully that you're a fool. But when you open your mouth, you clear all doubt. I know you are fools, but better if you keep your mouth shut because the moment you open your mouth, all doubt is cleared. Clarified. Mouth shut. Don't have to open your mouth. Follow? I understood methane coming from anaerobic respiration, from decaying, decomposing matter. Okay? Then we've got oxides of nitrogen. How we get oxides of nitrogen? From burning fuels, petrol, the light fuel of the planes. That gives out a lot of nitrogen. That will come nitrogen oxide, which combines with oxygen to give you nitrogen dioxide. Is that clear? So you get these nitrogen oxide fumes coming out from the burning of fuels. Very light fuel also, like your fuels from the plane. Planes use very light fuel. That is why it catches fire with little friction. A little friction. Even if a bird hits the propeller.
Did you hear about the Android plane crash?
I lost a friend in that way.
No.
And I was saying, don't go, don't go. No, we go together, we go together. I said, no, I'm not coming. I've got my car, beauty classes, I've got to teach these children.
We
You don't say. For what? I don't know. Sometimes I wish I was dead.
Not be grace.
Oh.
Be grace. Be grace.
Okay. Now, what is the mechanism of the greenhouse effect? How do the greenhouse gases prevent the radiation of heat from the earth back to the sun? You know fully well that the sun has got radiation, which are of three types. One is ultraviolet radiation, one is visible UV. UV is ultraviolet, very dangerous. Plain, simple, visible radiation, and IR, infrared. Infrared is good. I don't know whether you all know about some of the lamps come, red lamps, and people usually put them on their backs, or when they get a pain in the back, they say, put that lamp on your back, and that heat, IR, infrared rays, focus on that part of your body, heals that body, heals that part from the pain. Okay? So, IR, UV, and visible radiation.
Yeah. Visible.
Visible, but we don't go by there because the V sometimes can be you, that we can, that's why we don't say, huh?
Yeah.
You, that is, yeah, that is UV curve. Now what happens is, don't disturb me, please, for everything. Now what happens is, the UV radiation, when it comes towards the earth, is immediately absorbed by ozone. So ozone, O3, is a blanket that is formed over the atmosphere in the stratosphere. Stratosphere of the atmosphere absorbs the ozone, absorbs the UV. So UV doesn't touch us so far. Then we have got the IR. The IR radiation penetrates the ozone layer and comes to the earth. Okay? And when it comes to the earth, that is about 31% comes to the earth, passes through the ozone layer and comes to the earth. And it is continuously coming to the earth, and the earth is getting heated. Now the earth will give back. It radiates back. It radiates some part of that heat. The heat that is given back to the sun is of very light energy. The heat energy not as intense as the one that's coming from the sun. So very light energy is given back. Weak heat is given back. And the wavelength of that heat is very, very large. Some of it is given back, and some of that heat is trapped by carbon dioxide. And that heat which is trapped by carbon dioxide is retained to keep the earth warm. Okay? So all UV is absorbed by ozone. 31% of IR is coming to the earth. Of 31%, some of it goes back. Okay? But the intensity given back, the heat intensity given back by the earth to the sun is very, very less. The wavelength is very, very large. So the heat is very, very less. And some of it is retained by the absorption of it by the carbon dioxide, which is the greenhouse gas. That is how earth is kept heated. Now, what are the advantages of greenhouse? What do you think are the advantages of greenhouse effect? Greenhouse gases.
It keeps the earth warm.
It keeps the earth warm. It keeps the earth warm. Otherwise, you can imagine if all the heat had to be radiated by the earth back to the sun, it would be very, 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 very cold. You would not be able to live. Is this clear? Then greenhouse gases also help retain heat. And with that heat, we get mountains and ice and icebergs melting. They melt. And that's how a content or percentage of water is retained. All within limits. Okay? But suppose the disadvantages, suppose the greenhouse effect is very, very intense, then the icebergs, what is the difference between iceberg and glacier? Have you heard of iceberg and glacier? What is the difference between iceberg and glacier? Yeah?
Icebergs are not connected to the sea floor.
Icebergs are
Not connected to the sea floor.
not connected to the sea floor. And the glacier,
Are connected.
you're wrong, just the opposite. Anyone? A glacier is nothing else but a huge block of ice that is traveling or broken down from the mountain and is moving down from the mountain on the earth into the sea. The moment it gets into the sea, it becomes an iceberg. Ice floating in water is iceberg. Ice
Crash like that.
moving on earth is called glacier. Okay? All right? So if the greenhouse gases, okay, had absorbed intense amount of heat, then all those glaciers and all those icebergs would melt and the level of sea water would rise and we could get drowned. This is clear, all light will be extinguished, okay, because of the excess of heat. All right. Then another thing is, if there was plenty of heat, then all the water also could be evaporated and we get less water. Correct? Thirdly, if there is intense amount of global warming, then our seasons, our climates would be changed completely. There wouldn't be a regular cycle. Okay? How do we stop or how do we prevent global warming? We will immediately stop plant trees. That's the difference. Stop smoking. Stop smoking. Plant your trees and also stop unnecessary burning. PUC, all that is to be controlled. Burning, unnecessary burning, industrial burning, all that has to be stopped or controlled. This is clear. Control of unwanted burning, planting of trees, and your smoking and unnecessary burning should be stopped. So till there you read, and then after about 10 minutes, I'm going to start with ozone and how the ozone layer is being depleted. Okay, start. Read. Get this. Have you got your science marks that you had on your test? That you had science test, no? Recently you had this. How many marks you got? 13 or 20. You,
Good.
you, 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 you,
Chemistry.
you, you, 3, 8. I told you that the paper was stuck. It was stuck or not? It was stuck. I had warned you. The paper was stuck. But if you got 12, you got 12. You got 12. You got 13. You're the highest one. You got 12.
You got 18.
Huh?
You got 18.
How much you got?
In one I got 12 and in another I got 18.
2 tests you had.
Yeah. Yes.
In the second test, how many you got? Why? How you got? He doesn't know his marks. Where's the paper?
Maybe 6.
Huh?
Maybe 6.
Maybe it?
Maybe 6.
Maybe 6. You, second paper?
No, I was upset.
Both the papers you didn't answer. You, second paper?
I was upset.
For both, you had both the tests on Monday.
Yeah.
You,
Yeah.
111 and 112. 111 and 1, you? Huh? 10. You're all running the backward race. Come on, read fast. The papers are going to get more and more tough, and please pay attention. I hope you have maintained a file. I will all maintain a file. Yes or no? The paper, question paper, model answer, and your answer paper for every subject. So that when you come for the PTA or for the open day, you can easily show that this is my English file, this is my chemistry file, this is my biology file, and then you can see whether you're improving or you're coming down. Then you have to find out the reason why. If you're doing an upward trend, fine. And if you're running a backward race, then you have to find out the reason. Followed? Keep that paper. Have you made that for those files? Huh?
I made one time and put in the file.
You have you made your files? Make a file and keep. Have you made your file?
I have everything in one.
People no, don't do that because then you have to on Parents' Day. It's difficult for us to keep on looking. Where is chemistry? Where is this? We don't have time. So many parents are waiting. So many parents are waiting. We can't waste that time looking out for one test, another test, and your dates are not in order. Arrange them in dates. Ascending. So we know exactly that in June, this is how you got. July, this is what is your improvement. This is in August, you've come down. In September, you went up again. You can see the trend. You can see the graph. You have to make your file. Make a file, please, all of you. Yeah, buy those plastic folders and keep. Okay? 20 marks paper, model answer, and your answer paper. And we can see that's being systematic. And the same thing, same file, you can use for next year. Just tear these papers out and then use the same file for next year. Correct? Come on. I want that those files organized and show them to me tomorrow and come across and show me. Huh? You can't give me tomorrow. Then I'm going to give me next year. Give it to me on Sunday. Huh? No, I'll try. Have to. If you don't, I come across. And if I come across to your house, you know what's going to happen. Don't push your luck with me. Come on, read. Don't call me. Huh?
And why do they say that early morning sun's rays are good while afternoon sun rays are
See, early morning rays are slanting. So they are not very direct. Direct rays are very strong. And the UV radiation in eye is very high, very intense. Intensity changes depending upon the position of the sun. Okay? And it's above your head, it's very intense. That's why dangerous and it affects your brain. You would only have any brain.
Increase the number of cancerous cells in the body.
Huh?
Increase the number of cancerous cells in the body.
Cancers cells in the body, that is it is passing through you. If UV rays are touching you. If UV rays are touching you, yes. All of us, let me tell you one thing, all of us have got small percentage of cancer cells in our body. All of us have got. All of us have got blockages, but we don't know to what extent. until, as you say, push comes to shove. The moment we collapse, then we turn to the doctor. Until then, we're okay, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. Okay, till something happens, a warning. And if the warning is there, you are given a new lease of life. If that is the first and the last warning, thank God for that. Because I'm worth living life today. It's not worth living life today. Because of the so many challenges that you're facing in life, it's not a pleasure anymore. As long as you're with your parents, it'll be a pleasure to live. Once you have to stand on your own 2 feet, that's when the challenges start. And that's what we're preparing you for. We're preparing you for that. Have you learned that poem Urban by Mrs. Ezekiel Urban? No? Come on. Chalo, come on, read. Hurry up. Don't talk. Come on, start reading. Try to understand. If any difficulty, ask me. Tomorrow we will complete the Modern Millionaire.
You have to do the 90.
Tomorrow I'll do Modern Millionaire. 2 hours, Modern Millionaire, we finish it up.
You have to also do 90.
Nightmare next week.
It's going to be Saturday.
Huh?
It's going to be Saturday.
It doesn't matter. You can start and end this also. What difference does it make to you? It doesn't make any difference to you.
But I can't go to sleep in school.
Oh, really? Really? Those fairy tales you tell somebody else, don't tell your grandmother that. Understood? That's how we will next time. Next Friday. Of the general chapter. Practical work. Practical work.
Yeah, it's about clear next, like in our
Huh?
test, it's in our test next week.
Okay. Next week I'm practical chapter.
Yeah, next to next
Okay. Practical chapter work. How did the teacher teach you that?
She's the laboratory.
Laboratory. So when she take you to the laboratory, write down the reactions. Okay?
No, she
So
said
that will be the job. Huh?
she sends it like on the Gmail and then we start copying.
She was on the blackboard.
No, she sends it in the Gmail, she just has to copy.
You didn't take it to the laboratory?
She takes, but then that time we don't have to write it.
Okay,
Just focus there and afterwards she.
So we don't know this issue.
We have to do the experiment.
Huh?
We do the experiment.
Yeah.
So now we have to get the journal as well.
Huh?
The practical.
Practical book you bring, that's a school book, you can't touch it, huh? Can't do it. I can see what exactly you are doing. Let me see how you are doing it.
I'm saying,
Huh?
saying,
Same thing, bring the books tomorrow, next week, bring your practical
I
journal.
have it in my phone. We want to see.
Have you finished reading?
Another question is that is a Hindi teacher.
Hindi teacher.
Sangeeta ma'am also an English teacher.
Huh?
That Hindi teacher, Sangeeta ma'am also.
No. Sangeeta Mukhopadhyay is an English teacher. Sangeeta Mishra is an Hindi teacher. Why what happened? Sangeeta Mukhopadhyay will be solving your doubt solving session. They will have doubt solving. Do you all go for English doubt solving? Do you all ask for English doubt solving? You should not have any doubt in English. Good. That is Sangeeta Mukhopadhyay. She is from Harvard. She does the doubt solving if at all you have any doubts. And Sangeeta Mishra is a Hindi teacher. So much. What happened?
He's asking.
Who's a?
Hindi teacher.
I don't think they all have Hindi. All have Hindi here.
She always sleep while teaching.
Who? Mishra?
It's not the Hindi teacher. She buys Yawn.
She yawns.
And while we are writing, she doses off.
Yeah, you're right.
And what happens to Mrs. Lobo? What does she do during the classroom?
Pictures.
Just.
Me. Who is Mrs. Lobo here? In UT, there's only one Mrs. Lobo. One and only one.
That's it.
Yes.
And Uday sir was a private tutor before joining.
Huh?
Uday sir was a private tutor before joining.
Uday sir, Uday Padiwal or Uday Singh? Yeah, okay. You know everybody's history, no? Your own chemistry, you know. These people's history, you know. Huh? Chemistry, you don't know.
Oh man.
Come on, read your work. Have you finished reading? Have you finished reading?
Yes, ma'am.
You finish everything? Reading all that? They are not open up the book, they don't even know what I'm talking about. Yes, ma'am, that is, read properly. What are these answers? What's the time now? Come on, hurry up. I'll see you over. Don't worry. Ian, this is the last time I'm telling you not to stop talking. Finished reading? Have you finished reading? Learn only two advantages, okay, of what I say global warming. Two advantages.
How do internal combustion engines work?
How do
Internal combustion engines
cars, no?
work. Inside its
Mechanical from cars, I think.
inside its spark plug.
Yeah, there's a spark plug. The spark plug, I think it's got the spark inside the petrol. I don't know. I can't explain that to you because I don't know mechanics. Physics, I don't know.
What's the chemical formula of petrol?
I told you I don't know national in hydrocarbon. That's when you're asking the question. About the same thing, oil aided by the fractional or fractional distillation of what's it, oil that comes out from the rock, from petrol. Petrol means rock. Oil coming out from the rock is said to be petroleum. From there you have fractional distillation or cracking of petroleum, and you get diesel, you get grease, you get crude oil,
Petroleum jelly.
you get petroleum jelly, sorry, you get all that everything is petroleum. All the byproducts, fractional distillation, cracking of petroleum, so the cracking of petroleum. But that's a complicated procedure. It comes in organic chemistry.
What is this? Water dust.
Cotton,
Dust.
that's from cotton fibers, no? Cotton fibers in the cotton fields or when they are making thread, a lot of fiber is in the air. That's called cotton fiber dust. It is harmful because it can create congestion in the lungs,
Because
just like asbestos does. And now we stop using asbestos. Now we're using sheets. Those sheets, those are PVC sheets. They are not asbestos. Asbestos is off because asbestos is cancer precipitating. Now pay attention. We come to ozone. Now ozone is O3. Ozone O3. Now why is it called enriched oxygen? Why do you think it is called enriched oxygen that way? Yeah, look at the formula and tell me. Enriched oxygen. Look at the formula because because oxygen is O2 and it's the one extra enriched. Correct? Now this ozone is a blue color layer, okay, that is present in the layer above the atmosphere, stratosphere. And it is mainly found or seen above sea level, very close to the sea. Because there are no industries over there. So ozone, that air over the sea is rich in ozone. How is ozone prepared? Okay, you have oxygen. You have oxygen in the presence of ultraviolet rays, and you're getting your ozone. Okay, so you can get 3 2s are 6, 2 3s are 6. That is how you get in the presence of oxygen, in the presence of ultraviolet rays, you're getting your ozone. Okay, now this ozone is a blanket in the atmosphere and it prevents the harmful rays, UV rays of the sun coming in contact with us. What happens if there is a space or a hole or there is depletion in the ozone layer? That UV rays will pass through and give you skin cancer or very important bacteria required for our sustenance is they're also destroyed. Now I remember a incident. There was a family here staying in Vashi, and after many years, she got uh, she got babies, many twin boys. Now usually natural uh, natural birth is to be one, okay, but when there is an in vitro fertilization, then there are multiple births. Multiple births. So this happened to be an in vitro, which was getting a baby. So they went through this medical procedure and they got twins and they were twin boys. Lovely boys, very fair looking fellows. And then the father realized that it was difficult for him to live in India because he said, I've got two boys and I'm going to see to their future. We go to Australia. And they migrated to Australia. Now, in Australia,
there's no
there is,
humidity. No humidity.
no, not only that, but there is a hole in the ozone layer. Hole in the ozone layer. And what happened was, one of those two boys, I think they grew up and they were in the eighth standard, eighth grade there. One of them got skin cancer. One of them, and passed away. You can imagine what was the state of the other twin. And then the father was repenting, had I been in India, things would have not happened so well. They're all living in India. They're all living in India, they're all living a life. It's a struggle, okay? But at least it's not endangering our health. And trying to see the future, to make a future for those boys, he lost one child. And a big boy. Any child, the passing away of any child is painful. But when the child is so big, it is very painful for the parents. When the children go before the parents, it is extremely painful. Nobody will want, we should for that, even for their worst enemy, that the child should go before the parents. Nobody will want it. So this is the danger of the absence of the ozone layer. You get skin cancer. And secondly, very important bacteria is destroyed when there is a depletion in the ozone layer. Now, Okay. So therefore, so as I said here, what happens is, so you know exactly how your oxygen is prepared. What happens is here, you have got your oxygen, you've got your oxygen. This is attacked by UV. You're getting oxygen plus oxygen. Okay? All right? And one oxygen, this oxygen combined with another oxygen, and in the presence of ultraviolet rays, you're getting your O3. This is how O3 is manufactured in the atmosphere or naturally prepared. It's not prepared in the laboratory. Now, what is meant by depletion of the ozone layer? Depletion of the ozone layer means the ozone layer is becoming less and less and less. Okay? And ultimately it forms a big hole, a vacant space. That's called hole in the ozone layer. And who is responsible for that? There are very free gases which are called chlorofluorocarbons. Chlorofluorocarbons. Carbons, okay, free radicals and nitrogen oxides that are responsible for the depletion of the ozone layer. How do the chlorofluorocarbons destroy the ozone layer? First of all, what's the formula of chlorofluorocarbon? Chloro. Chloro is chlorine. Chlorofluorocarbons. Fluoro is fluorine. Chlorofluorocarbons. In the presence of ultraviolet rays breaks up into chlorine, free radical. These are free radicals. Okay, free radicals. Plus, what will you get? If chlorine is removed from here, what will you get then left out?
F2C.
You get,
Fluorocarbons.
tell me, formula.
F2C.
You get F2C.
C.
What about the chlorine?
Chlorine is moved.
One is removed.
Cl.
So you get Cl. Okay? You get Cl. You get now this ClF2C combines with ozone. It's attacking. Correct? It's attacking this. And what you're going to get now is your ClF2CO. No, I'm getting a mistake here. No, a mistake here. Here, chlorofluorocarbons in the presence of ultraviolet rays breaks up into free chlorine radical and this is a negative radical. And you're getting your chlorine, one is taken out, this is remaining here. Now this chlorine, this free chlorine reacts with ozone. This free radical attacks attacks ozone. Okay? So what are you going to get now? ClO plus oxygen. ClO plus oxygen. Correct? Now what happens is your ClO plus oxygen, now you have got your, okay, ClO plus oxygen. Okay. Now you have got your ClFC, no, ClO plus oxygen. Now here, your ClO combines with another oxygen, combines with the oxygen, single oxygen, to give you Cl plus O2. ClO, the ClO combines with oxygen, atomic oxygen, and gives you Cl and O2. This free Cl, this free Cl will go and attack ozone again. Followed? This is chlorofluorocarbon. It, in the presence of ultraviolet rays, gives you a chlorine radical and gives you your remaining part of your related chlorine, fluorine, and carbon. Now, this free radical, this one, because I said free radicals, this free radical will attack the ozone layer. It attacks the ozone layer, and you're getting ClO plus O2. This ClO combines with atomic oxygen of the air, giving you Cl and O2. This is stable. Now, this is not atomic anymore. This is molecular oxygen. So it's stable. This chlorine then goes and attacks the ozone layer. So this is a continuous process, and that's how the ozone layer is depleting. Now, what causes these chlorofluorocarbons? How do they get into the air? From sprays, from your aerosols, from your refrigerants, all these, yes, all these give out chlorofluorocarbon. So therefore, today, refrigeration does not have chlorofluorocarbon, no chloroform, no chlorine, but you have got nitrogen. Nitrogen is the gas that is filled up in the pipes. Have you seen at the back of the fridge? Have you ever seen the back of the fridge? You have got a coil, a copper coil filled with nitrogen. Even the same thing is in your ACs. Okay, when they say that the gas is leaking, it is nitrogen gas that is leaking. Is this clear? So your refrigerants, your ACs, then your aerosols, your sprays, all give you chlorofluorocarbons. So that is to be stopped. Now, so that is how chlorofluorocarbons attack the ozone layer. How do nitrogen dioxides attack? From where do you get nitrogen oxide? From fuels, from plain fuels. They are the ones that give out the nitrogen oxide. So you have got now your nitrogen oxide combining with ozone, attacking the ozone layer, okay, and you're getting NO2 plus O2. Can you see NO2 plus O2? Now this NO2 again attacks ozone, and you're going to get NO3 plus O2. So this keeps on continuing, and your ozone layer gets depleted. Is this clear? So how do your nitrogen oxides attack the ozone layer? Here. How do chlorofluorocarbons attack the ozone layer? It is here. This is to be learned by heart. Is this clear? With that, I finish up the chapter. Now read the whole thing and answer the questions in the back of the chapter. Quick. Harmful effects of ozone, I told you skin cancer. Okay? It causes respiratory problems. Just learn 2 harmful effects, not more than that. Okay? The last page, you just learn 2. One is cancer and destroying the useful bacteria and respiratory problems. Just 3 of them you can learn. Come on, read for me. Hurry up. Did you pay attention to what I said just now? Come on, read. Hurry up. Huh? Go. If you're finished reading, start the question and answers at the back of the chapter. Hurry up, start writing down.
How did the American scientists in 1980 find out about the ozone hole?
How to do?
American scientists in
Like this only. Yeah, by the reaction only. That the hole was present there at that time, no. The hole was not present at that time. But they realized the hole could be formed by this method. What is a radical? What is a radical?
A charged
A,
atom with a positive or negative charge.
a charged atom, a charged molecule. SO4 is a molecule and it's charged -2. Chlorine is an atom. So the chlorine -1, that's an also radical. A charged atom, a charged particle. It could be in the form of an atom, it could be in the form of an ion, it could be in the form of a molecule. That's a radical. I don't even know what a cation. Cations are those that are active cathode. They are not positive. Cathode is negative. So positive will go to negative. Positive will go to negative. Negative will go to positive. Huh? Cathode is negative. Cathode is negative. Cations are positive. Positive will go to negative. Opposite will attract. Hydrogen is a positive, no? So we go to cathode. Okay, pack up your bag. Next time, bring your school journals. Please, let me see how much you've done. Have you finished the entire chapter? Huh? See, you don't write. Your journal is empty, so you don't bring the journal. You can bring your rough book and then we can show you. I show you how to write down in the book. And then you can put it into your page. You show me exactly how it is done, and you can do it in the classroom. You can do your school homework here in the classroom. I know, observation, test, observation, and inference.